Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Decentraland Mana. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now you can see that it has absolutely taken off since the beginning of November, appreciated 644%, which is crazy. It's crazy gains, guys, but it's still going strong. We're getting a bit of a gap between the EMAs, and this is something that I don't like. Usually that's a precursor to a hefty pullback, but we'll see what happens. Now, I did slap on the fib over here. You can see that we have the swing high in April, swing low in June. As always, we get our 1.618 over here at $4.23. That was met perfectly, and now we're back testing it as support. I would expect us to come back to the daily 20 EMA, which is a bit below the 1.618, but by the time we bounce off of it, it may have already reached to the 1.618. And I would like you guys to look at the 1.414 as a nice buying level at $3.11. That would be a nice, pullback area because as you can see, we did have a little bounce off this area over here, and we got rejected back down to the 20 EMA. Then we broke above it. We kind of did back test it as support over here, but it was relatively soon after the breakout. So usually what we see is we see a breakout, then a back test of support. So the 1.414 is something that I'm going to be eyeballing myself. Now, the 55 EMA is a level to be, to be on your charts as well, because this EMA gives you a nice support level after you start losing the 20 EMA. And in these pullbacks, you have these quick wicks to the 55 EMA, then you bounce up from it. So you get filled and you're automatically in profit. So the 55 EMA is just a nice EMA to have on your charts. When we do jump into the Binance chart, there's going to be a lot more EMAs that I'm using over there. Here I'm limited to only 2 because TradingView doesn't allow more than 3 indicators per chart. So I use the 2 EMAs and I use the RSI, and I'm not going to be paying for their subscription, man. I don't need their paid indicators. But yeah, if we jump into the daily RSI, so we have this white trend line in the middle. This is going to be our support line that I do expect will hit if we lose this support green trend line. And we've been holding that support trend line ever since September. So this is a multi-month support trend line, and we've been hitting our head since at the beginning of November. We've been hitting our head on this resistance line, on this green resistance line over here. So we're basically caught up in a bit of a symmetrical triangle over here. So either we break out from the apex, right, or we break down. You either go down or up. I know, funny. But what could happen is you would lose this green trend line and you'd think, well, we're going to zero. But you would bounce off this 60 RSI on the daily, and that's when you have the move to the upside, right? But it's been so overextended already, then a move towards the lower fib levels, or not fib levels, the lower RSI levels would be pretty healthy. But as you know, gaming and metaverse tokens are pumping hard right now, so you can expect anything. So yeah, if we did break out, you can look for a potential pullback to this green trend line over here. But like I said, the 60 on the daily RSI would be a nice pullback, and I think that can coincide with the bounce off the 20 EMA. Okay, so yeah, but so far we're holding the 1.618 very nicely. Okay, if the 55 EMA catches up, and we're just gonna be ready for another move to the upside. So we just need the 55 to catch up, shorten that gap in between the EMAs. We bounce off the 20, and then we're off to the second fib level at $7.53, and we have the $11.47, actually no, $11.35 as the 2.272, and the second fib level at $7.53. But honestly, $7.50 is a very nice time to exit for me personally. If you're holding until whatever price target you have, good for you. But I'm just giving some resistance levels for people who might be looking to take profits. For those of you who this is a speculative bet, you may get rejected from the second level, right? You may get rejected, come back to the 1.618. You can absolutely blast through the second fib level and blast through the 2.272 and get to $14. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but if you're looking to secure your profits and you're looking to take profits on Decentraland Mana, then $7.50 and $11.30 are your two next major targets. If you've held through this move towards the upside, congratulations. But you don't want to be diamond hands forever on all altcoins, guys. Remember, when we have the pullbacks, altcoins pull back 90 to 95%. Some altcoins pull back 99% and they never recover, right? If you're holding Ethereum and let's say Bitcoin and maybe Cardano or BNB for the long term, even though they're still going to have, major pullbacks, those are kind of safe bets, right? But with all these top 100 altcoins and top 200 altcoins and top 1000 altcoins, if you're not going to be taking profits, then you may be in those coins for a very, very long time, especially if you buy in at these peak prices over here. So I wouldn't be putting too much money into Mana myself right now. I would get in at the 1.618 retest, and I would get in if we dumped a bit harder to the 1.414. I would definitely look into buying the dip over here. But, it all depends on Bitcoin. If we're gonna, skyrocket in December, I do think we're gonna get to $10 at least on Decentraland Mana. Now jumping into the 4-hourly chart over here, so you can see that we're holding this white trend line very nicely ever since November 10th, and we've been bouncing off of it very nicely. And every time we have a bounce, we have a nice move towards the upside. So over here, we're just having a bounce, and we potentially can have a move to the upside to the 1.272 of this fib retracement. And this fib retracement is from the swing high October 30th to the swing low November 11th. That gives us the 1.272 at $6.17, and that is a 31% gain from here. So there's a high probability that we're going to bounce off this trend line, which we've already done, and have a move to the upside. So yeah, it would make sense if we just bounced off this trend line and had a move to the 1.272. This would be a nice take profit zone. So yeah, this fib is smaller. That's why the targets are, are not as high as on the previous fib. Then we have the 1.618 at $8.17. So that's going to be your major target after breaking this swing high over here. So yeah, your technical target is $8.16. But we're not above the swing high over here. As you can see, we're below over here. But what I do like right now, if we just zoom in just a little bit, you can see that we're sort of creating a ascending triangle over here. So you can see the white trend line over here, right? If I do something like that, that's an ascending triangle, and you're making higher highs or you're making higher lows, but you're getting rejected from this vertical line over here. And once you have the move to the upside, that's when I think you're going to get to the 1.272. If we measure the breakout over here, we're looking at something at $5.84 from the ascending triangle. And from there, obviously, we can get to $6.17. But you could be looking at a nice move over here. Let me just give you the target once again. From this ascending triangle, that would be $5.84. And now this may be invalidated, obviously, if we start losing the trend line. Now, if I bring on the 80 EMA over here, I do use the 80 EMA. You see that these nice bounces off the 80 EMA. So this would be a very nice area to buy more mana. Okay, so look for the 80 EMA retest. Now, also, if you bring out the 4-hourly RSI over here, we're making lower lows on the RSI, which is not confirmed by the price action. And this is a bearish divergence. And, this is a precursor to a pullback. So potentially, I do think we may get a pullback relatively soon. But if not, we're just going to start pumping. The RSI is going to go to the upside, and, this basically becomes invalidated. But right now, if we start breaking above this this resistance line over here, this swing high, we potentially can break to the upside, obviously. But if we start losing the EMAs and losing this multi-month support trend line, I would definitely look at a nice buy opportunity at the 80 EMA, which is exactly sitting where the 0.786 is at $4.15. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if I missed out anything on the charts. Do check me out on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat and a Discord server as well. And we do have a Patreon where I have low cap jump calls early. We have done 6 of those in November already, and a lot of them have appreciated very nicely. And I share my buys, everything, all exclusive content and early access, guys, in Patreon. So feel free to support me over there. It's a great way for me to give back to those who support me as well. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.